Hi guys, welcome back to my live.
Oops, sorry.
Welcome back to my live, guys. Welcome to those looking in on Instagram and those of you who are looking in on Facebook. I want to welcome you. I hope everybody's keeping safe in this very, very, very difficult time, this very uncertain time, this very lockdown weekend. I hope you are doing well. I hope your mental state is fine. I can assure you it is affecting mine, but praying for strength. So welcome. As usual, let me know where are you watching from, and I'll just give you a shout out. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. So we are going to be starting with dessert. So because we are going to be locking down for a while, I said, okay, let me make some cake so we can have it. So these are my cake pans. I know I had said that I'll be doing a carrot cake, but it's actually a carrot coconut cake. So these are some mini loaf pans. Aren't these just so cute? I just got these the other day for my birthday. So I'm going to be using them for the first time and I'm so excited. So these are little mini muffin pans, and this is what we're going to be baking our carrot strudel. Is it strudel? No, a strudel is a pastry that you roll. It's a streusel. So a streusel is really a crumb topping. So we're going to make a streusel topping and put on our carrot coconut cake. In this container, I already have all of my liquid ingredients. This is the easiest way to bake, guys. So let's talk about ingredients. I have eggs, I have sugar, I have my carrot, I have my coconut, I have oil. So those are all of my liquid ingredients, and I'm going to just put it on the mixer and just let everything mix together.
Bobette says good evening.
Hi Bobette. And then this is what we call our dry ingredients. Our dry ingredients today are simply all-purpose flour, and we have 2 leaveners. So we have baking soda, that's going to give the loaves their second rise, and we have baking powder for good texture. So
Kedira says watching from Spanish Town.
Hey Kedira, welcome. Come with me to the mixer, guys. Let me just put this on the mixer and let it mix.
Cheryl Jenkins, hi.
Hi Cheryl. As usual, guys, I don't remember to plug these things in.
Meloit says, Melo here from Clarendon, good evening everyone.
Hi Mel, welcome. So guys, we have our liquid ingredients on our mixer mixing together. So if you don't have a mixer and you want to make this, you can use a wooden spoon to just combine everything together along with a whisk.
Carl is watching from Chombo, CT.
Welcome, who's that?
Carl.
Hi Carol, welcome. So guys, let us look at our Streusel topping. So a streusel is really a German invention. All it is a crumb topping that is made with equal parts of sugar, flour, and fat. So in here I have half cup of sugar, half cup of flour, and half cup of butter. So I'm going to use a fork and just kind of mix the butter into the flour until it resembles fine breadcrumb. And then this is what we're going to be topping our cake with. So don't mind me if I use the word cake and loaf interchangeably. They're basically the same. So if you make it into a loaf pan or a bread pan, it becomes a bread or a loaf. If you bake it in a muffin pan, it becomes a muffin or a cupcake. And if you make it into a round cake pan or a square, it becomes a cake. So, you know, no worries, it's the same thing. So let's make our streusel topping. You know what? I'm going to get my hand in there. Let me just give you a close-up on the Streusel Topping.
Kimberly Taylor says, good evening, Chef, your voice sounds different today.
Hi Kimberly, I haven't been feeling too well, so everything about me is different today. So look at this. So this is our Streusel Topping, and in here, oh, I forget to tell you, I have oats. So I have half a cup of oats, half cup of flour, half a cup of brown sugar, and half cup of butter. So what's going to happen is when this goes into the oven, the butter is going to melt and create some steam, and this is going to bake onto our cake in a nice crumb topping and give it a nice little look. This is usually done on muffins.
Kimberly, love the hair.
Thank you, Kimberly. I had to get one of the big hair out so I could look pretty for you guys.
Cassie, S Pastry Delight says, greetings.
Hey Cassie, thank you for stopping in. Alright guys, so as you know, wash. Okay, so we wash and we clean up. So our liquid ingredients is in, and let's just recap what that was. In the mixer, I have 3 eggs, 1 cup granulated sugar, 1 cup of grated coconut, and 1 cup of grated carrot. And I also have 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I am going to take our dry ingredients and I'm going to add it over there. So just turn the camera so that they can see. So we're going to add it. You just bring the mixer, turn it down, and just add our dry ingredients. Nice and slow. And that's all there is to that. Make sure I get every single thing out. Get it in. Okay, and voila, just like that. Alright guys, so I created a little bit of mess. Some of my flour spilled. Let me just kind of try and get everything into the cake. Alright. Alright, so now that we have, this is what our coconut carrot cake looks like. Very easy. So this method of making cake is referred to as the 2-stage method. So you combine all the liquid ingredients in one container, and in the baking process, sugar is considered liquid because when you put it in the oven, the sugar is going to melt. So we consider sugar as liquid when we're baking. I'm just giving everything one final mix around, and this is what our batter looks like. It's nice and it's thick but not too thick. So this is the consistency, right? Again, for those of you who missed it, this is the consistency. Alright, so I have my pans prepared. I'm gonna fill my pans about 3/4 full. So you don't want to fill it all the way up because you want to give it some space to rise. And this is what it looks like. Alright, so we have about 1 more in there. I think the first one is a little bit too big. So I'm going to take some of the batter out, the first one. Give it some space. And as usual, we have leftover batter, so we'll bake this later on. Put that over to the side. And then we come in with our crumb topping. Okay, our streusel. So I'm going to be putting about a 1/4 cup of my topping on each. Just like that. And then we're going to bake these at 350 for 15 to 25 minutes. So let's see. So we're gonna give it, we're gonna give it 20 minutes and see what happened at 350. So you want to cover the top completely with this delicious crumble. And crumbles are good for muffins, for cakes, for pies. They have quite a bit of use, and you can make them with whatever flour you like. So today I made my crumble with oats, 1/2 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of butter, and of course 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm gonna just clean the ends off because I don't want it to burn. Just clean off the ends. All right. I'm so excited to see how my little mini coconut carrot cakes are gonna come out in these little pans. They're so cute. And these are ceramic, so they're a good conductor of heat. So to the oven we go. Put them in.
So Feuds, where can I get those pans?
Well, they were a gift to me. I'm sure you probably could get them in Azans. You probably could get them in Azans, or you could buy them online. You get them online, definitely. But try Azans. Azans have a lot of stuff. I went in there the other day, and I was amazed how much stuff they have. Alright guys, so dessert is in, and as usual, once you're cooking, you wanna clean up, okay? So you wanna clean as you go along. So at the end of the cooking, you don't have too much cleaning to do, so you just clean as you go along. So guys, again, if you're new to our live, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in and for staying in. Something is on my arm. Oh, I have flour on me. Okay, so now we are going to be making our entree. And we're going to start with our sauce. So for our entree, I'm making what is called orange chicken. Orange chicken is one of our favorite Chinese takeout. So our dinner tonight is inspired by Chinese takeout, and of course our live is called Dinners from Around the World. So I always want to be inspired by another culture and another cultural cuisine, and then mix it up with our Jamaican flavor. So our carrot coconut cake, the coconut was paying homage to the Jamaican flavor, and so now we are going to be doing our entree. This is going to be relatively mostly Chinese flavors. So let's go. In this little pot, I'm going to put it into the middle. Hopefully you can see. So we're going to be making our orange sauce. So we want to start with the sauce first. So let's look at the ingredients. The ingredients for our orange sauce. Very, very simple. So the ingredients for our orange sauce are as follows. So oil. We're going to put some oil in our pot. About a tablespoon of oil. And we have what we call some aromatics. This is ginger, and scallion. So we are going to add this to the pot, and we're gonna let it saute to release its natural flavor. Maybe a little bit more oil. All right. And so right away, as the ginger and garlic hits the pot, you get a beautiful aroma. So these are our flavor builders. This is going to add some depth of flavor to our sauce. Our other ingredients are vinegar for sour. We have some water to dissolve our cornstarch. And by the way, the cornstarch is the thickener. We want our sauce to be nice and thick so it can coat our chicken. And of course, orange juice. And we need some savoriness in the sauce. This is some light soy sauce. Try not to use a dark one because it's going to turn your sauce really dark. So I like to use the dark one. Oh, and of course, I like to use the light one, thank you. So in the pot goes my vinegar. So that was 3/4 cup.
Shani Brown, happy Sunday family.
Hi Shani, welcome back. And 1 cup of orange juice in the pot. And then we're going to be adding about 1/2 cup of light soy sauce. And that's about that. There we go. And of course, with all of that, we need some sugar. So we're going to be adding some granulated sugar. I want to add a couple spoons of granulated sugar. Let me grab a spoon.
Shani Brown, thank you. It's been a while.
Yes, Shani. Alright, so we need some sugar for sweet. So all of these ingredients work together for good. So I'm adding roughly about 3/4 cup of sugar to start with. So it's not a sweet and sour sauce, but it's kind of like a sweet and sour sauce. So the vinegar is for the sour taste of the sauce. The orange is the orange taste. And then of course the sugar is sweetening up everything, and the ginger and the garlic is going to add a depth of flavor to this. We're just going to bring it up to a boil and let it bubble. When it starts to bubble, I'll taste it and I'll adjust the seasoning and all the flavors accordingly. So I'm just going to keep my sugar close by and just take these other stuff out the way. Alright, so we have our desserts is in the oven, and now we're making our sauce for orange chicken. And guys, I am actually making orange chicken and orange lobster. I just didn't have enough of one protein to feed all 4 of us, so I had to take a little bit, add a little bit of lobster, a little bit of chicken, and orange chicken was in my head Chinese takeout, so we are going to be doing kind of like a surf and turf. So let me show you what that is. So this is the meat of 2 lobsters, and this is 3 chicken thighs. I took the bone out, I took the skin off, and I cut it into little pieces. So this is what we're going to be frying. So this is a 2-step process. So we need sauce, and then we are going to fry our chicken. So let me show you how that part is done.
So few says wow, sounds delicious.
Thank you. So for our chicken and lobster, I seasoned it very, very simple. Salt and black pepper. That's the flavors I like on chicken, especially if I'm going to fry it. Just salt and pepper. Let me just take my cornstarch and water out the way and just kind of have you focus a little bit on our frying. So our oil has been on for a while, so it is almost where we need it to be. So this is our lobster meat, and this is our chicken. I'm using dark meat because that's what I have, and that's what I love about cooking. You use what you have. So I'm going to do a setup here. So this is my pan that I'm going to be draining my chicken and lobster in or on after it is fried. So you want to make sure you're set up and ready. Our sauce has come to a boil and I'm going to just taste it. I'm tasting everything. It's sweet, it's savory, it's orangey. I'm tasting the ginger in the back, so we're good. So now is a good time to add the cornstarch. So you want to dissolve your cornstarch in some cold water, and I'm using 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Just dissolve it in a little bit of cold water and just add it in. And I'm going to let it come back up to a boil. Hopefully that amount is enough. If it's not thick enough, and it's not, I feel you just go to the storeroom and bring a little bit more cornstarch for me, please. So we're going to add some more cornstarch to that. So while that's staying and do its thing, we are going to focus now on our lobster and chicken. So this is an egg. I'm going to whisk the egg. I'm going to put a little bit of the egg on the lobster, and I'm putting some on the chicken. The purpose of the egg here is to allow the flour to stick to the chicken and the lobster when we go to dredge it into the flour. Alright, so just mix it in. I have my flour in a bag. So this is half cup of flour and half cup of cornstarch. The cornstarch is going to give it a nice crispy exterior because cornstarch has no gluten. And of course, you know, the flour acts a little bit differently. So I usually mix it together and it gives me the result that I want. So this is what I do. I just put everything in a bag. All the chicken in a bag. Just put it in there like so. And it's not a lot of chicken, it's just 4 chicken thighs. And this is a 2-pound bag, by the way. So I put it in a bag, close the bag, and just shake it, just like this. And everything gets dredged. Alright, and then I usually just take it out, one piece at a time.
Tough youth, will this life be saved?
Yes. So I'm taking out my chicken pieces, shaking off the excess flour and cornstarch mixture, and then we're going to put it in our oil.
Carry on Hardy waving.
Hey Carrie. Alright, so now to the oil we go, to the oil. So when you're cooking, guys, you have to think about what you're cooking. You have to really cook with your 5 senses. I know I was going to be frying, so I had my oil on so that when I am ready for it, it would have been ready for me, and it is very ready. And I want to fry this on a nice high flame because I want it to go fast. So
Mel always beaming, says love to hear.
thank you. So taking out all the pieces of chicken, shake off the excess flour and cornstarch. And I'm actually going to show you an easier way to shake off the flour and the cornstarch, mixture when we get to the lobster, because this one is really messing with my hand. Okay, so our chicken is frying. The idea is that we want our chicken to be tender on the inside and very crisp on the outside, and that is why we coat it in cornstarch and flour. So that's going to happen. Let me just wash my hands and come right back to my sauce.
Denise Bradshaw. Hi Chef, how are you?
Hi Denise. I'm fine. Okay guys, so for those of you, all of you who are watching, thank you so much for stopping in. And also share the live, let somebody know that Chef Walker Barrett is on
Kenisha Walker.
and
yes,
cooking.
yes.
I don't know guys, I feel like I used the wrong soy sauce in here because it's not supposed to be so dark. But anyhow, it happened. It still tastes good. It should have been the light soy sauce. I think that was the dark one. So it makes my sauce a little bit dark, but that's fine. So we need a little bit more cornstarch. Maybe another teaspoon, because I want my sauce to be a little bit thicker. So it's gonna dissolve cornstarch. And this is how cooking is. It's not like baking. It's not exact. Sometimes stuff happens. You just have to adjust as you go along. You taste and you season and you season. And so this is the consistency I want for my sauce, but not the color. So let's look. So this is the real color. It's a little bit opaque. When you pour it out, you can see a little bit of clarity in the sauce. But if it was the light soy sauce, it would not have been so dark. But again, it's sweet enough, it's savory enough, it's delicious, so we're good. So
Thomas Production, say always a good time in your kitchen. Good evening.
Good evening, welcome. So let's go back to our chicken. Again, I said I want to fry at a high temperature, so let me just turn this all the way up. All right, and our chicken is getting nice and crisp, and that's what we want. And you see how they start getting golden brown already? That is what we want. So we're going to take these out in a little bit. They're crunchy on the outside. And
Good night.
Good night.
McPherson's Catering says good evening, chef and family.
Good evening. Okay guys, so welcome, and welcome to all of you. So our sauce is ready. I'm going to remove it, and we're going to get ready to make our fried rice. So I'm putting on the pot for the fried rice, and I'm going to put my sauce over here for later use. Just going to clean up all of this that we're not using.
KCA Mac, hey chef, street food still a gone.
Hey KCA Mac, yes. If you were following, you would know that street food is still going on, Mac. What's up, Casey? I thought you said it was coming to JA. Alright, so first batch of chicken is out. They're crisp. They're ready. So we're just going to let our oil heat back up. So this is what it looks like. I like to drain on a rack over a sheet pan. So that's that right there. Alright, nice and crispy. And then, alright, so we're going to add.
KCA Mac, I'm following, but your Prime Minister going with beer things.
Come on, you know.
Coming in 2 weeks.
It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Just don't stress about it too much.
Colette Walker, bless up family.
Hey Colette, welcome. So guys, everybody on Facebook, share the live. Everybody on Instagram, let somebody know that Chef Walker Barrett is on.
Patricia Brown, good evening family.
Hello my sister, how are you? Alright, so while we wait on the chicken, we are going to get our lobster ready. So the same treatment, different protein, same treatment. So we add a little bit of beaten egg. And the purpose for the egg is to allow our dredge, which is our flour and cornstarch mixture, to set, to stick to the meat. And whenever I fry lobster, my kids always say that it tastes like chicken. I figure that probably anything that is fried tastes like chicken, right? So
Tyler says, hey chef, what kind of seasoning did you use on the chicken?
Just salt and pepper, my dear. Salt and pepper, nothing else. goes in there. This is what we're gonna do. Same treatment for the lobster. You shake it, so you just kind of hold the bag, hold the air in the bag, and just give it a shake, and just dredge everything. All right? All right. So while we wait on our chicken, let me show you another way. Sometimes I just use a colander. After I dredge the product, I just put it into a colander and just kind of shake off the excess flour, just like that. All right, so this is another way you can do it if you don't want to get your hands all dirty. So our lobster is ready. 20 minutes has passed, guys, and our cakes, they're not yet ready. So I'm going to give it 20 more minutes. The timer just went off. And our coconut carrot streusel cakes, they're not ready, so we're going to give it some more time.
Real Shorty asking, where are you located?
Streetfoodsaturdays is located in West Rural St. Andrew. So you want to turn over these pieces of chickadee. Make sure everything is nice and fried. Alright, so guys, focus into this pot. We're going to start our fried rice. So in our pot, add some oil, not too much, about 3 tablespoons or so. And then, I'm so tired.
Cherry Moore says hi, Cherry in the house.
Hi Cherry. So in our fried rice, we're adding some ham. And believe it or not, guys, this ham is from Christmas. I've been having it in the freezer. So now it's time to use it up.
Real Shorty says, I'm NW to St. Andrew and don't exactly where that is. Would love to visit.
Okay, we would love to have you picnic with us. Oh guys, and by the way, reservations for our 28th, for August 28th River Dining Experience is closed. Since COVID, we have only been catering for 50% of our capacity. We are guided by the, there's not really a restaurant act, but in the Disaster Risk Management Act, there are few rules for restaurants to operate, and that's what we follow. And so we encourage all our customers, like you have been doing, to just adhere to the safety standard. Keep your reservation time and be on time, and just be mindful of your other guests or of our other guests, and just adhere to all of our protocols that we have been using since last year. So
Suzanne Campbell says, good afternoon, Chef Barrett. I pray strength on you.
thank you, my dear. That is so sweet. So the rest of our chicken is ready. We're taking it out. And now it's time for us to cook the lobster. I mean, isn't Chinese food amazing? Look how much chicken this is. After it is cooked, it's like it triple or it triple. This was just 4 chicken thighs I deboned. I thought it wasn't enough, so I reached for the 2 little lobster tail that I had in my fridge. But look at it now that it is fried. It was more than enough. Anyhow, I'm still going to make the lobster because I took it out. So in here we are just sauteing up some, what is this again? Some ham. And this is what we're putting in our fried rice. Ham is already cooked, but we want to get some nice color on it to get some flavor out. So while that is happening, time for us to add the lobster meat to the party. And so we're treating the lobster just like chicken. Just like chicken. Just get it in there. So it's lobster season in Jamaica. And when you get the lobster to buy, you know, locally from the local guys, it's very affordable. So treat yourself to some lobster while it is in season if you are a lobster lover. I am not a lobster lover, but my family, they like it, so I make it for them. So our lobster is in. We're gonna make a little space on the tray for the lobster meat. Alright, so this side is gonna be for the lobster. And you won't be able to tell the difference in terms of how it looks. Both the lobster and the chicken is going to look identical, and that is why my kids always say, whenever I fry lobster, they say it tastes like chicken. Alright, so this is what our ham is looking like. They're ready to come out, so I'm going to take it out. Let me just pull my stove down. So I'm going to just put it back in the container that it was in. Just take it all out.
Melo says you look exhausted, but thank you for sticking to your routine each week.
Oh God, it shows. I really don't feel, I haven't been feeling well, but you know, I'm committed to this, sharing how I make dinner for my family. So
Dream Home by Design says Rasta, no deal with lobster, highly blessed.
hi Dream Home by Design. Thank you for stopping in. So guys, doesn't this look just like the chicken? But this is actually the lobster meat. Okay, so I took the ham out. If you don't deal with pork, like Dream Home by Design is saying, you can use whatever protein you like. So in my family, I like to make sure that they have a full serving of vegetable. And this is some cabbage that we're going to be adding to our fried rice. So we're just going to give it a saute.
Dream Home by Design says hi, similar blue load.
I know. So I'll be giving it a saute. Just saute it up until it springs. I'm going to season this part with a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of salt. You want to season each layer of your food to make sure that it tastes good. Alright, and our cabbage is ready to come out. So we take it out. Alright, we're going to put the pot back on. Teaspoon of oil, and then we're going to add some aromatics. So in here I have some ginger and onion.
Melo asks what kind of cabbage is that?
Regular local cabbage. Because it looked green. So whenever I'm buying cabbage, I prefer to buy it with the green leaves on it because I will have it for much longer. So this is onion and garlic and ginger, and it smells absolutely amazing. This is some red and green bell peppers. All of this is going to add some delicious flavor to our fried rice. And alright, so now it's time. We're using some jasmine rice. So this jasmine rice was just boiled. Usually when I'm making fried rice, I boil the rice without salt because the soy sauce have salt in it, and we're going to season it with some soy sauce. So this was 2 of this cup of rice that I boiled, and it yields all of this. So in times like these, guys, you have to learn to ration your food. Do not cook more than what you need, or you cook for the days to come. So for example, when I cook this tonight, we will also have dinner from this tomorrow. So don't eat everything one time. Ration your food so you can have food all the time. So instead of just open my pack of rice and just pour it out, I always measure it. I love to measure food because if you don't measure your food, you're going to cook too much and you won't have it for long. So I encourage you guys to ration your food so you can have it for longer. And our fried rice is coming together. I'm not adding any egg to this one tonight. I'm just keeping it just like this. I don't want to put the egg in there because I'm going to need the egg for breakfast another day. So again, in times like these, you have to ration your food. So for example, these were the outer leaves of the cabbage that some people would pick off and throw away. So I still have my cabbage in the fridge. And whenever I buy a cabbage, I use it 4 times. So again, guys, be responsible and ration your food because at the end of the day, our food bill is our responsibility. So we're going to take our lobster out. It's nice and crisp. Just like this. And then our dinner is going to come together very quickly. So that's our lobster. And chicken, just remove the oil. I'm going to remove the stove because I don't need it anymore. Just going to remove it. And of course, we're cleaning up. So let's look at the other stuff for our fried rice. So that's the first dish we're going to finish. So you want to fry the rice until it heats through. And so when you're making rice for fried rice, we want to cook it nice and al dente. In Jamaica, we say we want to cook it shelly. And so by doing that, you have to just cook it according to the package instruction or just with a little bit of water and just let it steam out so it doesn't get too mushy. Okay, so rice, ham is going to go back in. I have mixed vegetables, so I buy a pack of mixed vegetable and I'm using only a cup of it. I'm using my cabbage. Make sure my family have their serving of veggies.
Kimberly Taylor, that's a nice idea on the cabbage, chef. I'll definitely consider this.
Yes, Kimberly. So whenever you're buying cabbage in the market or wherever, choose the one that have the green outer leaves and don't throw them away. You can use them for a whole nother vibe. And look how pretty that is. So we have vegetables, we have meat. This could have been our dinner because we have everything in there. And now we're gonna add some flavor. So this is my soy sauce. So I have soy sauce in here and oyster sauce and just a little bit of sugar. I like to add a little bit of sugar to my fried rice. And some sesame oil. Alright, so the oyster sauce and the soy sauce is giving it a little bit of color. I don't like my fried rice to be dark. You know, sometimes you buy it and it's very brown. I don't like it like that. This is how I like it. Sometimes I don't even like to see any color in it, but that's up to you.
Mel says, I always prefer the green leaf cabbage. Tastes better than the white cabbage.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same cabbage because as you pick the leaves away, you'll see the white underneath. But the green outer leaves, they have more chlorophyll in them, and so yes, they taste a lot different.
Miss Important Chin says, yummiest fried rice I've ever seen.
Thank you so much. And then lastly, guys, I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil. So sesame oil is a flavoring oil. So it costs a little bit, but you can have it for a long time. So just a tablespoon. So the sesame oil is what gives it that Chinese smell.
Kadira says loaf.
Alright, so ready to be portioned.
Eddie says checks below.
Eddie Roll, I don't even know what you're trying to say to me. Check the low. Girl, speak clear. They're not ready. Let me just put them on the top shelf. They need a few more minutes. Oh my word. Thank you, Kitty Roll. But the timer is on anyway, so we're good. Alright, so we have like 10 more minutes on our low, because now what I just did, I turned it on to 10 extra minutes because I want the crumble on top to be nice and brown.
Kedira says you're welcome.
All
Kimberly
right, guys.
says please check on the cake. The top loaf looks about done.
I just did, Kimberly, it's not ready.
Priceless Chris says please FedEx mine as you finish.
Chris, we're in lockdown, honey. Alright, so we have our plates, a service. We're gonna serve out our rice. And then I want to use that same pot for our protein. Again, I don't want to have a lot of stuff to wash off. So this is for our lobster. This is for the rice. Just before we take our rice off, we want to add a little bit of fresh scallion just to give it a little bit more taste.
Alimon says dinner looks wonderful.
Thank you. So our fried rice is ready. I'm just going to put it into my bowl. Wayne, could you give me some water? I feel a little dehydrated. Isn't that pretty? So make some fried rice, guys. It's quite easy. All right, so take a look at that. Just leave it right here. I'll just drink it from the bottle. All right, so that one is done. Let's clean our pot, and we are going to be putting our, could you reach a hot pepper from the fridge?
Kendall says yummy.
All right, guys, so that's that for you to see, this, the other one. So we're gonna start with our lobster. So what we wanna do, for the lobster, we're gonna make it spicy. So we're gonna put some sauce in the pot, and we're gonna put some pepper.
Tyler says does the sesame oil make a big difference in flavor?
Yes, it does. It really does. So I have my pepper ready. Whenever I go to the market, whenever things are cheap, this is what I do. So I buy the pepper, I chop it in vinegar, I just keep it in my fridge so I have it conveniently.
Mello says I want the rice alone, it looks yummy.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some sauce in here. And then the lobster is gonna be spicy. So the pepper goes into the sauce. And the sauce is just to caress the protein. You don't want it too much on it. So this is all of our lobster.
Kendall says I made the same pepper sauce.
And then we're going to just toss it together so that the sauce can just coat the lobster. And then just before I take it out, I put a little garnish of scallion, and I also add a little bit of sesame oil So these are the little addition that makes the food taste different. A lot of time people say, oh chef, how do you get the food to taste different? If you want a different flavor, you have to use different ingredients. Okay, so if you put the same seasoning on all the food you make, the food is going to taste the same way all the time. So if you want it to change it up, then you have to change the seasoning that you add to it. So this is our lobster. Check that out, guys. And then this is going to be for chicken. I'm going to put way less sauce for the chicken. Okay, I think my hand went away with the sauce for the lobster. So you want the sauce to bubble, and then you add the chicken. And the chicken one is not going to be spicy.
Papito says, Mandela here, chef. That fried rice would go well with some medium red wine, or better yet, a tall glass of sorrel.
Yeah. I like this kind of food with bubbly kind of wine, like champagne. Anything that is sweet and bubbly, or beer, I like this type of food with.
Chelsea says, looks really good. Alimon says, lobster looks awesome. Cherry Moore asks, what's the sauce made of?
Okay, this was orange sauce. So this is made of orange juice and vinegar, sugar for sweet, and some cornstarch to hold it together. So for the chicken, we're gonna add the bell peppers in.
Gavina says, good evening.
Good evening, and we're gonna add some scallion in.
Chris says, that looks yummy.
Thank you, Chris. And then this one is done. Just enough sauce. This is how my family like it. They just like enough sauce on the chicken just to hold on to it. You don't want to put too much sauce so it tastes like stewed chicken or like it was boiled in the sauce. Just enough sauce for it to still be crispy when you taste it. So now let's reach for our plate.
Alimon says, can we blend the peppers and add the vinegar?
Yes, if your blender will allow you to blend it without liquid, and the oven is off.
Blend it with the liquid.
So you can blend it with the vinegar, or if you have a food processor, you can chop it in the food processor and then warm the vinegar, bring the vinegar to a boil with some salt, and pour it over your pepper. The vinegar is very acidic and it will balance the pH of the product. And so once you don't add anything dirty to it, your pepper will stay nice and fresh for a long time. Alright, my cake is not as brown as I want it, so I'm going to turn my oven up to 400 just to brown the top of the strudel. And then I'm going to take it out so you guys can see it. But in the meantime, I'm pleased to introduce to you our ham and vegetable fried rice, our orange lobster and orange chicken. Let me just clean up in the meantime. Clean away all of this while you guys have a look. How long have we been on? It feels 50 minutes. Oh, it feels like forever.
Chef Walker. Hello, Chef Walker and family.
Hi, Janet. Hello.
Miss Important Chin says,
Mark Stewart ready to eat.
Say that again.
Miss Important Chin, can I do the same with onions?
Yes, definitely.
Kendall says, didn't plan to cook this evening. By watching this video, I think I need to make a basil pesto pasta. Is that right?
Oh, and that is easy to whip up.
Mark Stewart, dinner looks mouth-watering. It's a pity we are on lockdown. I'd really make the trip for some.
Oh, Mark, and we would really share it with you, Mark.
Alimon says, okay, nice, we'll try that with peppers. With pepper. Alimon says, okay, nice, we'll try that when peppers are in season next.
Yes.
Kendall says, Miss Walker, you plate food so well.
Thank you.
Janet Bedford looking yummy.
Alright, so we're going to take out the cake so you can see what it looks like.
Cheryl Jenkins, delish.
Hey, Cheryl. So, this is our carrot coconut strudel. So this is what the crumb topping end up looking like after it is baked. So it literally have a crummy effect on the top. So as soon as it is cooled, we will slice into it and we will take a video and post it on our story so you guys can see what our carrot coconut streusel cake looks like. So this is dinner, guys.
Mel asks, how do you store scallions?
Oh, I really store my scallions in the crisper. So I have a container for my scallions. So I buy a nice plastic container with a lid, usually rectangular. And so when I come from the market, I wash the scallions and then I wrap them in paper towel and put them into my container and just put them in my fridge, and they stay fresh for a good 2 to 3 weeks.
Janet Bedford, I would really eat some of that food now.
Owen Sylvester says, good evening, bring my plate tomorrow.
Hey, Owen. Where am I going to see you tomorrow, sir?
Tanisha Walker looks delicious.
Thank you. So thanks for everybody. Thanks to everybody for staying in, for stopping in. This is what it is. We want to save the live so we can put it up on YouTube so you can go back and rewatch. We are going to have our dinner, so thank you so much. Share the live before you get off, and as usual, guys, take care until I see you next week, God's willing. Bye for now.